Well, I'm on the active plan for a couple more years.
Steve hasn't been active.
But yeah, I didn't even know they automatically signed me up for Social Security at 65. I didn't. So I went on the system.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's 1 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start off with roll call. Doug Armstrong.
Here.
Abe Retz.
Here.
Clifton Collins.
Here.
Todd Dietrich, I'm here. Mike Hollern.
Here.
Jim Newber.
Present.
Bill Panitsky's excused. Rick Reeves.
Present.
TJ Sandell is excused. Justin Schaff.
Here.
Brent Sessler.
Here.
Jacob Yatsko.
Here.
Mike Ziwi.
Here.
Roll call has been taken. Everybody should have received the minutes from the last meeting via email. We'll take a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Any questions or corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Secretary report.
None.
No report today. We'll move into public comment. Is there any public comment today? Is there any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move along. Correspondence. No correspondence. Old business. A letter was mailed out September 2nd, 2025 to Joshua Bundy informing him of his application approval. Also, Mr. Kerr's request was tabled at last month's meeting. The board requested more information be provided regarding his on-the-job training and hours prior to entering the IBEW apprenticeship. Tax information was forwarded to the board for Mr. Kerr as well as who his previous employers were. We have that information.
I was sent his IRS statements from 2012 to current, which are kind of small. But his previous two employers, both employers had a master who is licensed with the city of Erie.
Okay, so he does meet the criteria of working under a master
Yes,
for the required
with
amount
his
of time?
previous, but he was not licensed as an apprentice at that time. But they both have masters.
And he did work the required hours?
Yes, that's why they gave me his IRS statements.
Okay.
And they begin at 2012.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think.
So Christie, just to be clear, he served under a master with a City of Erie license, and he was an apprentice with the City of Erie prior to the IBEW taking him in.
He was not. He did not become an apprentice until he was a member of the IBEW. Prior to that, you can see this is one of his employers. He was not licensed with us at that time. I haven't spoken to him, but I'm just assuming it's because he did not work in the city limits.
And I believe he was started out as potentially like a third-year apprentice?
When he came in.
Right,
Yeah.
Chrissy? Right, right there, that's what I thought. Scroll down a little bit more on that page. Oops, stop.
He's,
Kerr, John Kerr, and that's from 2019. So he had an apprentice license at that point. That's what I thought. He had apprentice licenses prior to 2023.
he's not in our system prior to 2023.
But John Kerr, 1140 West 11th Street, Apartment 1.
Right, that's what, it's highlighted. I'm sorry it didn't come up on here, but it is highlighted.
That is whom?
His name is highlighted, and you just can't see it on here.
Right,
So
but
you're
that
saying that
is-
this is from
that-
January?
record is from 2019.
Yes. That's what was submitted
So he had
to me.
an apprentice license for 3 years.
He did not. He was put in our system in 2023.
Did he
So
just
maybe
not
he
sign up?
joined and he never, the only thing we have for him is beginning in 2023.
So,
How many years did he pay dues for?
Yeah.
Don't you guys get their cards for him, don't you?
yes,
I
yeah,
mean,
he,
gets their
he,
cards.
when he became an apprentice, in the IBEW, he came in at 4th year, he took a placement test. Our placement test, I don't know, is roughly like 120 questions, it's a 6-hour
That's not
test,
equivalent to.
pretty much. And,
Okay,
what we, you know, it starts out at very basic questions, and it gets harder as you go through the test. And depending where you start tripping up on the questions is where we end up, you know, placing you. But we also have to justify his on-the-job training hours, which he did with the W-2s. So we placed him in 4th year, so he had 2 years as an apprentice. But why is his name on that sheet right now? That sheet at 2019?
This sheet was provided to me by Brent.
Right.
And
And
it-
that's the report we receive for, I thought that's
The city, that's the city's list, or that's,
no, that's the city's list.
okay.
So,
So if
how's
he's
he
on
on
there in
there?
19,
Yeah,
then he didn't, he became a 4th-year apprentice with IBEW years later. 4 years. So he let his license lapse.
I couldn't answer that question because I wasn't here at that time, so he could possibly be entered in there, maybe an error by his name.
he got
I
in
can
there
search
somehow,
it.
right?
It's a big deal for me. 'cause
I can search it,
If his name's on this
right.
list, meaning he served an apprenticeship with the city, then he would, and he let his apprenticeship lapse, he would owe the back due or the back payment for the apprenticeship license, and then he could sit and take the test. If this is an error, then he hasn't served his 4 years under the city's apprenticeship rule, and he would have to do that.
But also,
So it's a big deal for me.
he has to have an apprentice card working for a master of the city of Erie for all them years as well.
4 years,
4 years. And does he have that?
not yet. Well, he worked under a master. The only thing that he didn't have prior to becoming an IBEW member and getting into our apprenticeship was he worked for a master, but he did not have a license.
Did he work for a master under the city of Erie?
Yes, that was what
Priority
I,
Electric, it would have been
Oh,
a
yeah.
Dobrich.
He's a master.
That's why I made a point, if he's on this list from 2019, he was on the roll of the city.
Because there's an,
He could take the tack of, I'll pay the back dues and be the apprentice because he's still working in the city under a city master license until he got into the IBEW.
Christie, is there a way?
So prior to that, was he with Priority
I can look
Electric?
and, I can try to search it
Where does
by
that
the
come into
number
play?
that is listed next to him, and I can look it up in our system to see if he's in there
In 2019?
in
Because I could see why you
2019.
go to 2023 and then stop looking, but if he was in 2019.
Well,
Yeah,
what I do is
that
just search the
COVID period,
name.
Unfortunately, there was a lot of problems down here. A lot of
Absolutely.
guys got.
Oh, that was everywhere.
you
It's
know,
just searched by the name, so when I
20,
searched his
21,
name,
'cause they
that was when
changed
he came up.
Hands.
So he signed up as an apprentice in 19, but then just didn't continue to pay apprenticeship fees?
Well, we don't know that.
yeah, we don't know that.
We're making assumptions. I'm making assumptions here.
Well, there's names on this list right between, John's, a couple names jump out at me that I know the gentlemen on the list here, just because they are apprentices in the IBEW at that time too. So, John Kerr was not, he didn't come in until 2023.
So why didn't he say that,
What's that?
if that's the case?
He never spoke here, but
No,
I don't
mean,
know
He
if,
keeps saying that.
Keeps talking about the IBEW, but that
Right.
doesn't apply
So
to
why
the
didn't-
apprentice
if he
license in
had
the city.
An apprenticeship before,
Right.
why hasn't he said that?
right? I don't know. I don't know why.
He's never,
Because
If he
he's
could have
adamant
gotten a
that-
license and not, he could have gotten an apprentice license and not gone to a school or anything like that.
But he worked.
But if his employer got him the license and not, maybe not told him, I don't know.
So where does Priority Electric come into this time frame?
What's that?
Where does Priority come into this time frame? Is that before he was?
2012?
Okay, 2012.
2021.
Okay, what, before that though,
That's before he got into IBEW.
that was before.
Yeah,
But I mean, where,
and he's a master electrician, I'm pretty sure, right?
yes.
Yeah, I know, Mike. Yeah, he's a master.
So throughout this, I have not spoken to John. I've only spoken to
Brent,
Brent through at the IBEW. I haven't spoken to anyone prior. I was speaking to Jim when it first came up that he was coming through. I can contact him to see if I can get more information from him. I even asked Brent if he wanted to appear. I said he can appear via, Zoom if he couldn't make it in, if we had more questions.
Seems left in limbo.
Do we get more information on that at some point, Christie? If he was registered, like this page says, since 2019, maybe he did not pay the licensing fees for those years. And if in fact that's the case, if he was registered since 19, it might just be a matter of paying the back fees if he didn't pay them.
Okay.
Christie, so is he asking for a journeyman license?
Yes, because
Okay,
he is now,
here's a journeyman license, no test?
he's now a journeyman through the
Right,
IBEW.
okay.
So he's looking for his upgrade. So that's what the issue is. When we did the upgrade, I realized that he had only had a license since '23. But I will check in there, I will check the spelling of his name. Maybe try, see if it was in there in error. If it was an error, so he may be in there under a different name.
Wasn't the journeyman test for the city and what you did? It's the same test, is it not?
if they go through our program, they aren't required to take the city test.
The city test, right? That's what I thought. Did he go through the whole program then?
He tested into fourth year, so he completed the fourth year and the fifth year of our apprenticeship. Because he had already had so many hours of on-the-job training under a master. We test them in there, and that's what I'm saying, that the test is like a 6-hour test. It's 120, roughly 120.
So he tested out, is what you're saying?
No, well, he tested into the fourth year.
The fourth year.
He was able to provide knowledge and skill of our first 3 years. So basically his apprenticeship was 15 years long, but the last 2 years was with the IBEW.
Okay.
I guess the question is did Priority put him on the city apprentice and he didn't know? We've
Well,
had this
that's
problem
what
before where
that's the only thing I can
employees
think
are,
of.
the employees has no clue and then the employer is putting them on and paying and all of a sudden they stop paying during COVID or something.
Yeah.
Or you changed employers.
Yeah, well, that, and he didn't know.
But he should still get the card because.
Well, that's my question. If it was paid, doesn't he have a receipt or card or something that shows that he's an apprentice in the city of Erie card? If he could provide that to us,
But if he doesn't, what they would do is come back to the city, and the city would pull up this list and say, his name's on there. Did you have every apprentice card you ever had?
I do.
Okay. I knew I was the wrong guy.
Never mind.
they didn't give me cards back in the dinosaur days.
Give us some tablet.
That's
And
right.
also, Doug, his name could be on this list, and he may never signed up. They could have gave us a list of people. We could have entered them in the system, and that's just where it stopped at. They never paid for his license, so he could have been in the system in 2019 and never paid for a license, just got entered into the system. but I'll double check to see if I can find him some other way, maybe by this number that's listed here. I can check and see if he's in there.
So he has two paths forward. First being if he was registered or did have a license in 2019, pays the back dues, then he can take the test. The other, if he did not have a license in 2019, he needs to put in 2 more years and then he can take the test.
I don't see anything in
Is
the
that right?
city that permit you to grant, there is no proficiency test in the city code. I understand what the unions are doing. They're making it a talent-based test. You gotta have the knowledge and the skill set to pass that test. And wherever you land, that's where they bring you in. But I don't see anything in the paperwork we have that allows us to do that, or the city to do that. So that's why this 2019 is a big deal for me, is if he's already been on the books and he's already been a licensed apprentice, then in the past, if somebody has an error or omissions in their timeline, we've afforded them the opportunity to buy those cards because they were still in, he can prove he was in the employ of a master license holder. Any other conditions, throw that away. But under those conditions, if that's fact, he should be enabled to buy that time served. That's just my opinion.
There has to be a record of them making an
Yeah.
annual payment.
Payment, yeah.
How do you verify that, Kristen?
Well, when I search him by name. And everything is in the system by last name, as you can see how they're listed on there. I could maybe search it by first name. Maybe he was put in there, like I said, in the error. And so he's in the system as John Kerr instead of Kerr John. So I can search that, and it'll show all the payments that have been made on that license.
And this is John S. Kerr?
Yes.
And I believe you said you could search him by the number next to his name there as well.
I can try to search that number as well.
Yeah.
See if he can come up with something too. I
Right.
mean, a receipt, you know?
How many letters have you sent him so far? Any or not?
The only person, like I said, he has not
Okay.
reached out to me. Everything has come from the union.
Okay,
It's been between me and the union. I have not spoken to him. I
So
have no
maybe if they can
information.
provide evidence of holding the license prior to 2023,
Yeah.
then he can get credit. But if they cannot, then he cannot get credit.
I'd make a motion, we table this until Christie can investigate it a little bit further.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. All right, next on the agenda is new business. We have an applicant for Aaron Cohan for a journeyman's license. Looks like he let his apprentice license lapse for 2 years. He's requesting to pay for those 2 years and test for his journeyman license.
Scroll up on this one. Or down, I'm sorry. Who signed his,
He actually has a verification page from both of them.
Can we see those?
Sure.
There's 2 verifiers.
Yeah. They covered them both ways.
This is his current employer.
Pete Payton has a City of Erie license, correct?
Yes, yes, he does. And he has the verification pages from Pete. And then he also went to Dwyer and had him sign off on the time period that he worked for them.
Does Dwyer have him marked as sanitary plumbing? I don't think Pete
Right, he
did.
did, if you go back, his sanitary was signed off by Dwyer.
Where did you want me to go to?
Keep going down.
The verification
Oh, I'm
of the
sorry.
initials.
Yeah, one, keep going.
Keep going. Right there. I saw that too when I was looking at those. He was with Dwyer
Maybe
for
that's why
12
he needed
years,
to.
so,
Yeah.
12, is that what it was?
yeah, 11 to 23. And he switched.
Probably would say.
But they didn't. It's like,
They did, they also did above ground work, a lot.
that doesn't mean this guy.
Right. They still approved it. You know.
I did review this application. The only deficiency that I saw was proof of a high school diploma or GED.
That's required.
Christie, can you zoom out a little bit?
Sure.
It's kind of hurt my eyes, sorry. There you go. Hey, I got these.
You said high school diploma?
Correct. There is some communication in there regarding he tried to get it from this school.
Oh. Have records of.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
So he did not provide his last report card or diploma that I believe. There was some documentation in here, but it doesn't actually show him completing his senior year.
Well, we need transcripts or a diploma, isn't that correct? Oh.
Yeah, but that's going back to kindergarten.
No, get out of here.
Oh. That's his birth. Birth.
It's a secondary school.
Junior high, senior high. 11th. He's got 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th.
And it says 12th on the far right there.
It's blank.
I mean, if they had all three, they should have had the fourth.
Yeah, really?
Unless he dropped out.
He could have dropped out.
There is a little more information below.
It's 21 credits. Only got 12.
I mean, I don't know if he graduated.
What's that one?
Well, that's 96.
That's the year he should have graduated. It only shows the first two semesters. The third and fourth are blank.
Right.
They should be there.
Do you need a high school diploma for apprenticeship?
Yes. Or GED.
Yes.
So I wonder, I guess,
Well,
he has the
the-
apprentice.
our new standards for our apprenticeship, if you have so many years in the field, you don't have to have
Just
a
go up to the mic.
GED or
Or high school.
high school. Yeah, I don't know what the plumber's standards are for the
Excuse me.
state.
That's you?
I'm Aaron Cogia. I didn't know if I had
Well,
to.
speak, let us talk to us.
For the first 11 and 3/4 years of my schooling, I went to Cambria Heights High School. My mother and father divorced. I lived with my mother in northern Cambria School District. When they found out, I actually ended up having to transfer the last month and a half of my senior year school year.
Oh, jeez.
I did graduate, I did get a diploma. moving from Erie, from my mother's up to Erie 3 different times, I lost my diploma. I did graduate. I had enough credits carrying from Cambria Heights into Northern Cambria. I didn't even have to take classes when I moved to Northern Cambria. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was a month and a half in my senior year I had to
That's
transfer.
terrible.
That's
So,
stupid.
I mean,
Why not
worst case
finish?
scenario, if I have to take my GED to prove to you guys, then I will.
It
It's
looks
not a
like you
problem.
tried to obtain a copy of your diploma as well
Yes,
and was unsuccessful.
that was the letter. I had to called for my transcripts. Northern Cambria responded with, he did not have enough time in our school. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry, which then went to Cambria Heights and they sent my records.
Okay.
So,
Good.
and then I also started the apprenticeship program. I paid 2 years. I was working for Dwyer at the time, didn't know if I was staying in Erie. My wife and I weren't in the best of circumstances. Ended up staying in Erie, never jumped back on. So I would be at the same point as that guy. If I could pay my back, I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
So, thank you for your time. You have any more questions? I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Have you taken any tests for licensing?
I took 2 tests online. I know they were just practice tests. I passed both of them with flying colors. So,
The reason that there's a difference between the previous case and in your case, the previous case, the guy's already taken the test, journeyman test. You haven't.
yeah,
So-
and that's,
It's a clear delineation of the 2 situations.
Got any graduation pictures?
yeah, I do. I mean, I have graduation pictures. I
Got the
think I
hat and all?
still have my tassel.
Really, I see, it's a tough.
You know, you know, anything we do, if it ever goes to court of law, it's not what you say, not what you do, but what you can prove.
Yeah.
And you don't meet the requirements as they stand right now. And you might, but you haven't proven it.
Because of the diploma?
Yeah. It's a requirement.
Do we have leeway
I
with,
don't know that.
well, that's my question, with proof of high school graduation or GED, there's 3 sub-bullets, and I'm wondering if one of those will help move the needle here. It's either high school diploma, GED, or officially sealed high school transcripts, being that we have transcripts from kindergarten. Trying to make jokes. Is there a way that, yours were funny, mine weren't. Is that transcript able to meet the requirement?
I think it would have to be a full transcript, that's the point of
It
it.
would have to be a sealed, and the way they do that is you contact your high school and have to send to Christie a sealed envelope so that there's ownership of that document.
Yeah.
Was there a
Nobody
letter,
can say you did it.
was there also a letter from the high school saying you graduated in there?
It said that there wasn't enough information to, right here.
But the grade documents you have, are those from years ago, you just have?
Yeah, I applied to Norfolk Southern, and they needed a copy of my diploma. I contacted Northern Cambria High School. They sent me all this. Those were the documents, same documents, I just turned them over.
And then maybe they could come up with some complete documents, some sealed documents.
You'd think with all the records, and they'd be able to have a copy of a diploma, but it's next to impossible to get one. But I mean, if I have to call them and get my transcripts, I have to call them and get my transcripts.
Have you completed a 4-year Pennsylvania Board Certified Apprenticeship Program?
No, I started 2 with the city of Erie. I paid for the first 2 of the city of Erie.
Is it does say for a master's license, you have to have a high school diploma or GED. For journeyman's, it says the apprenticeship I don't see where it actually calls out for, it says with no apprenticeship program.
See, TJ and I were talking about that. There needs to be separation, at least,
Yes.
so that it's known as the same application.
It used to be a separation for an apprenticeship and/or 4 years licensed with the city of Erie with 8,000 hours.
He's got the hours.
And as Justin said, there may be leeway, the board can make the decision.
Can you just go take a GED test?
I'm sorry?
Can you just go take a GED test?
I guess I would have to apply to, like, find out, but yeah, I have no problem doing that.
I mean, that's probably gonna be the easiest thing.
But
I almost
it would be
say if
for
you
the
could-
masters though.
Huh?
No,
The
that's for the
way-
journeyman.
The way he's reading it,
You need it for a master's for
for
sure.
the masters for sure.
You plan
but
on
not for a
moving ahead,
journeyman.
right?
Oh, really?
I'm sorry?
You're applying for a journeyman's license now?
Correct, yes.
Are you going to, in the future, be applying for a master's license?
That's subject to, I'm not sure. I'm planning on it, but am I 100% going to do it? I do not know, sir.
I mean, because that box is gonna have to be checked at that time also.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
So-
47 years old. By the time I would have to have five more years as a journeyman to, four more as a journeyman to take the masters. Will I? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I should, then I'll always have it, but
Can you reach out and try to request transcripts again? If you can, if you can reach out and try to get transcripts from the school,
Doesn't sound like
the one that you transferred to, because that'll have your
helping him out.
senior year. Will that be enough if he can get the transcript showing his senior?
that's what I did.
That was that?
That package was me asking Women Cambria High School for a copy of my transcripts. And they sent that, because that was the records they had from Cambria High.
Okay.
Mr. Newber is correct. Under, in this booklet, under application for licenses for a journeyman, it does not say in here about high school diploma or GED. That was for the masters. But it does state it on the application that you need that information.
So, and when did you contact your high school last? Was that in 2004? Is that what that was stated?
Yeah, that's what the data I saw was.
Yes.
2004?
Yes.
So 21 years ago.
Yes.
Maybe give him a call. I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, I'm not sure what
I don't know.
is going to change.
So you tried to get this information 21 years ago?
Yeah, because I graduated in 96, so,
Yeah, okay.
He was a lot closer than it was.
yeah.
They could have gone
They could have
from
archived a lot of
paper
stuff. You don't
files
know.
to computers. Maybe they
Yeah.
uploaded everything and it's
I
just a
have no
simple
problem doing
search or.
that. I
Try
can make-
contacting him again. I think
Okay.
we should table this till next meeting. Try to contact him, try to get as much from him as you can.
Do we need to table it
Oh,
if he's saying it's in the,
Well, it doesn't spell out that
Right.
he needs a diploma,
right,
but it does spell out about the apprenticeship in there for, from an apprentice to a journeyman's, 4-year apprenticeship. If no apprentice program exists, applicants must show proof of employment under the supervision of master license holder for a minimum of 4 years and has a level of education comparable to an apprentice program or has a degree in their respective field and 2 years field experience.
so he has that, right?
he has it
Oh,
4
he has
years.
that.
Apprenticeship?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
To your point, we have to talk very specific. You're alluding to a certified apprenticeship program.
Correct.
Through the State Department of Labor.
Doesn't
Correct.
apply here. Right?
Well, that's the first step in this. If he hasn't served that apprenticeship, which you did not,
No.
The only
Okay.
apprenticeship program.
now, in lieu of that, what's the answer?
In lieu of that,
Master.
if, when no apprenticeship program exists, applicants must show proof of employment under the supervision of a master license holder for a minimum of 4 years and have a level of education comparable to an apprenticeship program or has a degree in their respective field and 2 years field experience or has an appropriate level of certification from a recognized independent certifying body acceptable to the board and 2 years field experience.
So he doesn't have school.
The school's not available, right?
It's not available.
Well,
no.
there is available
To get a
apprenticeships.
journeyman plumbing license, you need 4 years in the field, 4 years signed up as a clerk.
Right.
There is no school.
No,
There is no school.
There
Yeah.
are schools. There are.
there are.
I move that we accept
Can
the
I-
application and let him take the journeyman's test because of what's said in the code. He meets the criteria according to the code. Let him take the test.
Can you scroll through the rest of the information?
What part did you want to see?
Well, he's got 12 years under Dwyer, he can back pay his dues, 100%.
So if he meets.
There is a motion on the floor, Mr. Clifton's motion. We'll get to questions and then have a vote, but is there a second for Mr. Clifton's motion?
I'll second.
We have a second. Now we'll discuss any questions on the motion, discussion.
Yeah, at this point, he's got 4 years apprenticeship verified under a master.
Yes.
So at
That
that
solves
point, that's solid, you know, I mean, he's got more than 4 years.
He does, but doesn't he have to
So,
show proof of the
without the
GED or
quote
high school diploma?
official education, school, there is none
If he doesn't,
unless you go into the union, right?
I thought the requirements on the journeyman application is the high school diploma or transcripts, right?
So this is the same problem we've run into before, non-union, union, non-union guys.
He's
have-
got on the plumbing end, he's fine. He's got his verifiers, he has
Exactly.
4 years, he might have to pay 2 years of back dues if he only has 2 years card, I don't care about that.
Right.
It's the reality is he qualified to, it's that high school diploma part of it, I think, is where the issue is, or the transcripts, correct? It's none of the schooling stuff. Because is that a requirement to take the journeyman test?
IMT doesn't make a requirement for graduation or for,
What's that?
item D, that the gym's read. And that leaves it up to us that we need, that if it's acceptable to the board and 2 years field experience, we have to decide if his education is acceptable to us.
So it's up to us.
Because it's,
Yes.
you know, the.
So it's not a 100% requirement to have a GED or a diploma to apply for a journeyman?
Right, there's
For
no
journeyman.
schooling for a non-union plumber.
Okay, that's what we have to agree on.
There is none.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I meant the high school diploma part. So if someone walks in without a high school diploma or transcripts and they're applying in the same situation for a journeyman, we can approve that or disapprove that based on us, right?
Yeah, it's
I was under
it's for the
section-
journeyman that he needs it.
I mean, at what age do you get hung up on a high school diploma? What if I apply for a job and I can't up transcripts, but I worked all my life in the field?
I would agree with that.
Exactly,
What's the difference?
exactly.
So at what point,
But in
we have to
the,
decide at what point the high school diploma matters.
yeah.
I mean,
I
how
think it's
many years you
important,
been in the field working?
How many years have
He's 47, so, you know,
Let's not going to take that GED.
Yeah, so he's worked for 27 years. At what
he's been
point
working longer than he was in
does the
school.
high school diploma become a new item?
When we require for every journeyman test, though, don't we? But the situation's up, this is a weird
If he decides to become a
situation.
master, if it's not required to be a journeyman, and he's content with being a journeyman, and
But if he decides to go with a master's, he has to
then he's
prove
gonna
that.
have to cross this bridge when he wants to be a master,
Yeah,
Then I would have to
if
prove
he doesn't.
transcripts
Correct.
or diploma.
Either prove it or take the GED or.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not gonna withhold it because of
no,
a month and a half of high school.
But, yeah, but contingent on the 2 years back.
When we're senior, you ain't gonna do anything anyway.
Any other discussion on the motion?
The back
I can
pay.
amend the motion if need be.
Sorry,
If need be, I can amend the motion.
please.
I motion to have him pay the 2 years that he owes and be able to take the test,
Okay.
journeyman's test.
We have a motion and a second by Mr. Ziwi. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
I,
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Any abstentions? Motion passed. Thanks, Mr. Cohen. Okay.
I mean, it's not like he came up and said, I never went to high school. You know what I mean?
Especially, the last month and a half, he had a transfer, that's ridiculous. And then they can't come up, and that was in 2004. Here it is, 20 years later, 21 years later.
There's a school today.
Yes, but under our plumbing, the other requirements are.
There are schools that don't teach you this.
Yeah.
And what you just announced this, doesn't matter, you don't need to do that. So
That's not true. That's not true.
It certainly is.
No, when you apply for your journeyman plumbing license, you only need your verifiers, your verifier of employment, period, as a journeyman plumber. Electrical is different. We are not required to go to schooling as long as now if you're in the union, that's different. You have to go to their school, you have to do,
It's not, it's the same.
there is no plumbing school in Erie County for non-union plumbers.
The rules don't say it has to be in Erie County.
Well, how are you supposed to go to a school?
Show me one plumbing application we went over that has schooling on there for a non-union plumber. There's none.
There is
We
none.
passed 50 of them.
Listen, this can come up
There is a
100
school.
times.
Okay,
I will vote against it every, I'll tell you.
I'm just saying, there's,
The biggest problem that we really face in here is that we scrutinize all these so strictly. And we have a whole book full of people that don't even have to get a license.
yeah, right?
Right.
So I have a hard time denying anybody.
Yeah.
The
I'm not
the
trying
fact
to
that
deny
he's
it,
worked in the field, I know what you're saying, Doug, I know what you're thinking. But how can we scrutinize to the T what somebody's trying to do? Well, we have a whole book full of people who don't have to get a license. We have life safety systems in this town, fire alarms, sprinklers, HVAC stuff, you know, with fire dampers and so on. None of that has to have any license.
But they didn't get their license or not get their license based on your vote here.
That's correct.
So when we're voting here, I'm gonna go to the nth degree of what the rule says. And you guys, I'm not here to make friends. You know how I feel about this stuff. I've been the no vote on 30 things that have come in front of us, and I've been the only no vote. And I'll continue to be that guy. Until the city says, you know what, that guy's a pain in the ass, get rid of him.
I can't say that I don't agree with you. I can't say that. But what I can say is that
Do I feel sorry for a guy who's 47 and doesn't have his high school transcripts and he can't get them?
And that's a bad
I feel
crack.
bad for the guy.
that's a horrible crack.
Especially when he tried 6 years after graduating. Now, 27 years after graduating, you're gonna go back?
But the things Jim's reading, TJ and I have had multiple conversations about, there needs to be clarity in this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a
overlapping
lot
that
of
legally
overlap,
should be cleaned
ambiguity,
up.
And if
I agree.
if they're all in there, you can't pick and choose the ones that work for you.
I get it.
Because if you ever go to court, the attorney's gonna pick and choose the ones that work against you.
When was the whole entire code for licensing adopted?
This set.
Yeah.
22,
23?
22,
22.
August of
And we only
2022.
follow a snippet of it.
There were attempts previously, 25 years ago,
I've
to
heard.
get this all online with the electricians and the plumbers leading the way. Because they felt it was unfair, you're taxing two trades out of all the trades.
Right.
They're the only ones that need to pay, so it's a working tax. And then the city adopted this, so now it's across the board, everybody's got a license.
But nobody else does it. We don't license anybody.
Well, that's why Justin and I are here, because they wanted the general contractors to come on it, because they want to start doing this to generals. Well, the legal issues of this, we already reviewed that back in the late 90s. It's incredibly difficult to do that. I mean, who's grandfather, who's not? What's the test, you know? And then you have the same problem, union and non-union. Oh, the union guys go to schooling and blah, 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 and they do, you know how we earn, non-unions? It's school of hard knocks. You work on the job for 10, 15 years, and then finally you become a foreman, and, I mean, it's, and I told this to Andy when wanted to bring us on this board. I'm like, Andy, there's so many legal issues, we need a full-time attorney with us that
Well, I'm here
hash
for
this all
the same
out.
reasons. I worked in fire protection. It's
Yeah.
a life safety system. Mike worked in fire labs.
Right,
Life safety systems.
sure.
The only guys we're missing here with life safety stuff is elevator mechanics, but they're not even gonna talk to us in this room, so. But we don't follow any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And if we adopted this in 22,
Right, the UCC, when it first got adopted, they kept saying, oh, well, we're gonna review the UCC and update it every 3 years. You know how long it takes them to do it? It's 6 years before they got to the 3 year. It took 6 years for them to update stuff, you know?
All right, we're going to move along here. The next up is Charles Eisenring applying for a master plumber license.
Come on, Charles.
He's also applying for a mechanical as well, so I don't know if you want to do them both back to back or,
Yeah, we can do them
Okay.
back to back, but separate, I believe.
okay.
You get the same verifier for both plumbing and mechanical?
It's a good question.
You don't have to ask a good question.
Yes.
Who's Rick Reeves? I don't know.
But those yours, the AP's your, those are last night.
So he does have a current active journeyman's license, I believe, right?
Yes,
For 5 years under a master.
correct.
For both the.
For both.
plumbing and the,
Well, mechanical, you only need 4 years working
Right.
under an appliance
It's not-
installer.
Yeah, they
You
don't
don't
have
need to have a
cards.
license.
Yeah, there's nothing, for mechanical, it's kind of crazy.
I don't know why we never have,
I know.
that should be brought up.
We talked about that 25 years ago.
Yeah,
Why
Why
don't
is
you
there
have
not-
something for a mechanical guy?
there is, never been anything for the mechanical.
I know.
see this diploma?
He does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. Yes, there it is.
I knew we did, so. One hiccup.
He went to Australia.
It's there.
Okay, so he's worked for 4 years
Under a master, yep.
under a master
Yep.
for the HVAC portion of the mechanical license, correct?
This is his plumbing application right here.
Oh,
You have to go to the mechanical to see that.
we're gonna do them separately.
Yes, but we can do them back to back, so they're the same person.
I didn't see any deficiencies in his application.
Licenses there? Journeyman licenses, current?
Yes, it is.
Plumbing.
I make a motion, we approve them for the plumbing test.
Yep, the master
Master.
plumber. We have a motion on the floor by Mr. Ziwi. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Bretz. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. Next is the, for the same person, the mechanical installer's license. And it's pretty much the same as the last application for the plumbing.
The only thing different is he did obtain 3 separate reference letters, but
Okay.
the application is signed off by the same verifier.
Okay, thank you.
Can you go up? Being a woman and owning my own business? For Charles.
Does anybody like to take any action on this one?
I'll make a motion. We approve the mechanical master.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I abstain.
Any abstentions? Motion passed. All right, next up, it looks like we're getting into the electrical.
No, there's one more.
No, there's one more.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill Ferry. So Mr. Ferry is applying for a journeyman license, held an apprentice from 2021 to current. Previously worked for Dwyer and has his work verification along with his application, currently working for Citadel. And both of those companies have master plumbers.
Yes.
Citadel and Dwyer.
We got to split hairs here. Does he have 4 years? Because it's 21 to 25. I mean, we're talking,
I think that said August on there.
is it August?
I thought it
So,
said
ran
August.
August to August.
Do we have Dwyer as a verifier? I guess the verifier is only to 2023.
Yeah, you got 2 verifiers.
Oh, he does have 2
But he's
verifiers.
gonna have to, because the one is,
Yeah, so is there 2? I'm only seeing
he
one.
switched to Citadel.
He only has one verifier. He has documentation showing that he worked for Dwyer. It's really blurry.
So I guess my recollection of the code is that you would need a verifier to verify for all 4 years. It just seems short of that.
Might be a sophomore now.
Well, that would be it.
I'm just, I
If you
could
did
be,
different skill sets between employers, and that last employer could verify you did all the work, you did all the stuff for him.
Oh, yeah, I think
for only,
2019.
yeah, I don't know.
You're verifying the person who did the work, so if he worked for 2 years, and he could do the work that's on the verification sheet, I think that
They can tell.
I see what you mean. So if he were to have W-2s, well, yeah.
Well, if you're saying the verifier did the work, is that what you're saying, like the verification sheet that he did all the work on the sheet?
That he did all the work and you need to work up, since you need to work under a master for those 4 years, you need a master
I think
signature.
The
essentially.
work part, I think, is okay, because the final verifier, the verifier did all the work. But I guess he has to verify that he did work for the first contractor, I guess.
And work for a master.
His first contractor was Dwyer,
Yeah.
and it says that he
There you
wanted a
go.
master plumber license.
That's what I was just gonna say.
151.
I can't read that.
151?
151.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, so, and Dwyer signed that.
yeah.
Oh, Dwyer
Right.
did, okay.
So he
So he signed
verified.
his
So
but
Dwyer has a signature.
It said he only
saying
had
did work
his
here.
apprenticeship though since August of '21. That's what the city, he's paid for.
He just worked a couple years and then signed up.
Right. So in August of '21, he actually got a city
2080?
apprenticeship hours.
These are the ones that-
Yeah, met the 4-year
I included
requirement
overtime,
at that.
But
Gotcha.
Saying 28.
2080 is a year.
Certainly has enough
I don't know.
hours.
He hasn't.
Oh, yeah, he has plenty
If I
of
do that,
hours.
just place
Yeah, 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 dog.
Did we check his high school diploma, GED, that kind of stuff?
Yes,
What have we done?
Yeah, he had the diploma from.
he has transcripts. Here's his
Okay.
transcripts.
Okay,
Completed transcripts.
There you go.
and his resume's current. Graduated in 2008. Anybody like to make a motion on this?
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
By Mr. Brett, second by Mr. Reeves. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? 8 Bretts. Motion passed. Looks like we have, now we're on to the electrical.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back, but did we make note that Ricky abstained from the last vote?
Yes.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
He told me. He told me to.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
You got me.
All right, Mr. Beebe, applying for a master electrical license. He's been a journeyman since 2012.
I assume he's paid up with the city with his journeyman's?
Yes, he's current.
His employer is Nuco?
Keystone,
He's still with it,
He's with Keystone.
he didn't feel he had enough time for them to sign off on it, so he had his previous employer because he knew he had everything completed with his previous employer as far as his verification page.
From 2009 to 21.
A high school diploma.
Okay.
And the verifier didn't sign this in '23?
Yeah, it says 2023 up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than this.
Well, the line above it, go up just a little more,
Oh,
he worked till it was 2021.
Worked for Nuco till 2021, and then Ed Cargill signed it in 2023.
Because he did feel that his new employer had enough time, so he went back.
He's with Keystone then from 21 to present? Was it so?
list.
I can look at his resume.
If he what?
From 21 to present, he's been employed by Keystone.
It looks like he's been project manager since 21.
Project manager estimator, yeah. Well, you did an apprenticeship at UCO.
Yeah.
All right, everything seems to be in order. I didn't see any deficiencies. If anybody cares to take an action on this.
So move to approve testing for masters?
We do have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I got one question, sorry. He has all the schooling and everything, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry, I
yeah,
was just-
no, he had all kinds of
Okay.
certifications.
Yeah, I'm looking through his stuff right now, yeah.
Anybody care to second Mr. Sessler's motion?
Second.
We have a second.
Cool.
Any questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. And I believe we're going on to the last one. Robert Perry applying for a mechanical license. Says there just requires 4 years working under a City of Erie appliance installer.
There's his name.
Is that an issue that Steve Hare's been retired from the industry and he doesn't have an active license? I mean, how's that any different than you without a license signing off on that? The guy has experience, but he's not a licensed master.
He was licensed at the time that he was employed with him.
He's doing it from '07 to '14.
Okay. And he paid, Steve had a paid master mechanical license for those
He
years?
did until 23.
Okay.
He actually paid for 23, and then that's the last time he paid for his license.
And the individual in question, he's on the city's roll for apprenticeship or journeyman, whatever.
No, there is no apprenticeship for mechanical. It's just 4 years working under a licensed appliance
Yeah,
installer.
for 5
It's just a license or not a license?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to work 4 years under someone who is a licensed appliance installer with the city of Erie.
There's nothing else.
It really makes no sense.
There's companies out there.
Do they
Harry,
retire their licenses when they do retire, or is that something you just continue?
You can, it's totally up to the license holder. They can either put it into retirement or they can just get rid of it completely. Some people have chosen to get rid of it since it's gone up to $300, so they don't want to continue to hold it and not currently be working.
where a plumber can put his in for $50 into escrow or whatever.
Can we see the verifier checklist, please?
He missed one. Dust stock and refuse conveying system.
Refuse.
Good
Thank you.
And what does that mean? Dust.
It's like conveyor systems have to have exhaust systems inside of them, or dust collectors do, like foundries.
Oh,
So that's ventilation, that's part of a ventilation system.
So is it
Or
possible-
wood shops, things like that, that have conveyor systems for like,
sure.
From your expertise with what he has here, is it possible that that was a mistake?
probably a mistake. I mean, he's verifying going down, but he should have looked twice.
I don't think
He's got to initial it.
I don't think he's doing foundry work. I think he's more residential.
I think he missed it, but
You know, it's back in 14, so it's hard to ask him.
I think he probably,
10 years ago, do you remember not signing that one line or initially?
yeah.
Well, it was just done. The verifier was just done.
But if it was just done, I
9/25/25.
probably should sign it. I mean,
So,
I hate to
I
say
say
it.
it goes back.
I agree.
Get the verifier to sign it, and then we can review it again.
Is that your motion?
I mean,
Yeah.
I hope he's
could we
alive.
approve contingent upon, or is that a denial and kickback to kick the next?
I mean,
We can
everything
do
else looks-
contingent.
Everything else looked good.
Make that motion, you can make it contingent, and once she gets it verified, then
Yeah, once the verifier finishes.
she can give
that-
him the okay to, to process it once he comes back with that. It doesn't have to come back to us, just for
That works.
initial.
I'm fine with that.
If I might add, go back to the
Please.
verifiers page, please. Wherever Steve signed it.
Yeah.
Number 15? Oh,
Last month.
Okay.
just did it.
So we have a tabled master who's not been a master with the city for 3 years, approving this. Again, I'm just bringing up legalities, guys. You know how I'm gonna vote.
He retired in
Well, the
2023.
requirement.
I guess-
Work under, yeah, I mean, the requirement, I guess, work under, well, I don't know, it's master in this case, it's mechanical.
If you look at his resume, he did work for Steve Hare some time ago.
Right.
When he was licensed.
And that's what
And
he
Steve
wanted
was
that
licensed
date
at
for
that time.
verification.
But he's not the license holder anymore.
But he was then.
He was,
Not in 25, he wasn't.
Oh, no.
That's just when he verified it, not when.
Is there anything that says that a plumber, electrician, anybody that's in a retirement state cannot sign off?
well, it's during the time period you're looking at.
Right, but he signed off after he's been retired. Well,
Right.
He
That
worked
the
for him back in 21 or
Right,
whatever, it
yeah.
was 12.
12 to, well,
But he
to
didn't sign
14.
off on it until he no longer was a
Well,
licensed with.
because he was out in
well, he's
Northeast.
licensed, but it's in a retired state. So the question is, in a retired state, can you sign applications? Is that what you're asking?
Is Steve here signing it, saying that when he worked for me in that time frame, he did it, he was competent in
Yeah.
that.
I don't know.
Correct.
Yes.
I don't know that.
I think
what
up
it's saying.
above
He
it
signed
does
off.
say 2007 to 2014. He
14.
worked in his employ.
And then he started his own business in 18 out in Northeast. Now he wants to come into the city of Erie and work, is what he's doing. Because Chuck Ollinger did the
Says
same
he
thing.
worked
He wanted
under
to work in the
his
city of
supervision
Erie.
from
Right, yeah.
27.
He did a ton of
2007
work, but he didn't work in the
2014.
city of Erie because they didn't want to go through the mechanical licensing process or plumbing.
Yeah,
So he worked everywhere else.
he was on Harbor Creek,
Yeah,
doing everything out there.
he did everything.
Everything.
Thousands of homes he's done, but never worked in the city of Erie. So now he
Doug's
started.
point is, from 2014 to 2025, what do you do when it happens?
Does it matter?
All I'm saying is, whatever we do today, you're setting the precedence. And if you accept it today, you gotta accept it every time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the way I see it, you know, maybe make a motion here, but the way I see it is 4 years under a master, I see it pretty clear.
Yeah, what's wrong with the application other than the signature email?
I guess I would make.
But what's really wrong with that?
The problem was he started his own business, he wasn't under a master anymore, because he was.
Right, but he has the
He-
time
he
under
did
a
his-
master.
Right.
He did his time.
He has his
in
time.
under
As long as he got his
master.
time in. No.
That's when they're going to go.
I'm just saying, he met all the requirements, did he not?
Other than the
At the
one
time.
verifier.
The one verifier, that's the only thing I caught. Other than that, I think he meets the requirements.
I would make a
Can't deny
motion, we approve contingent upon a completed verifier.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Yatsko. Is there a second on that?
I'll second it.
Who was that? Mr. Schaaf?
Mr. Schaaf.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed?
Any abstentions? Motion passed. All right, that's the end of the applications, I believe, Christie. Next meeting scheduled for Tuesday, November 4th. Take a motion to adjourn.
Ordinance wasn't even in place.
Is there a second?
It wasn't even in place.
We are adjourned.
Oh, I just opened up the can.